Enterprise TV, a tradition of truth.
Hello everyone, this is another exciting episode of Let's Talk About Tomorrow, where we discuss anything and everything relating to Gen Zs. I am Petrina, and I have one person here with me who will not let me rest.
What do you mean? Which one is I will not let you rest?
Did I call you?
You have started again.
I did not call anybody's name.
You pointed at me now. I won't
You're
respond.
interrupting me. Are you not a gentleman?
Okay, no problem. My name is David and I am not disturbing. I don't mind that, please.
Okay, you're not alone in the house. We have Blessing.
Hi.
Welcome, Blessing.
We also have Esther. She's back for the first time this year. And most definitely, we
Leave
have...
this one for me. Just calm down. We also have Barrister Evans Ofeli.
Hello.
Thank you for joining us, sir.
Thank you.
I'm sure we've all heard of the issue of Mom ZEE and ZEE. Just us, please.
I'm not your gist guy, but I'll just do this one for you. So, everybody here, we all use Twitter, Abby?
Yes, we do.
Yes, I use Twitter, at least sometimes, if not all the time. Barrister, sir, I know you are familiar with the app. Listen, you do not have an option. So, there was this time, this lady came online to tell us how her husband came back from work and told her that a colleague of his at work was bringing extra spoon for him so that they can obviously eat together. She was considering being so benevolent and came on to tell his wife. And his wife, which is Mom ZEE now, she just thought that, I don't think that is going to fly. Then she decided to wake up earlier than normal so she can cook for her husband and he can take it to work. She, on social media, she was slammed and people accused her of being insecure. Others praised her and many different brands became so interested in the matter that they gave her gifts in cash and kind. So that's the basic of the gist of the story.
Today's topic is very hot.
I can second that. Very, very hot.
Some of us support Mom ZEE's action. Some of us have other things to say. Anyways, before that, David, tell us what these brands did for her.
Okay, if I remember correct, okay, that was a hair brand, I remember. That one, they gave her something. There was a paste brand, a very popular one. They also jumped on it. There is a noodle brand, the one that comes to mind. They also jumped on it. And there are some property companies too. They gave her land in Ibadan, and another one told her to choose amongst Lagos, Abuja, Abeokuta. They are choosing. She should just pick one and they give her a plot of land. There were well-meaning Nigerians that sent money. There was a microfinance bank that as at when her balance was, because she was updating us on Twitter, showing us as our account balance moved from 100 to 200 to 500 to a million to 2 million. So when this microfinance bank came, it was 2 million and they said, you know what, we'll double your balance, and they actually did double it. And after that time, this me, out of sheer curiosity, I was like, wow. She came online and said, you know what, I can't show you people my balance again. That's when you know that it has.
So wait, David, all of these things that they gave her, it's just because she cooked.
We'll get into that, don't worry.
It's not just because she cooked, but to me, I felt like Grace find her.
That's favor.
Yes.
Okay, favor.
Every average Nigerian woman cooks early in the morning.
Yes.
One for the kids or husband.
It's nothing new to me. So,
I know
Grace.
some people that if they hold you with this statement you just made, they will rip you limb from limb, I promise you. So, to put it out there, we have 3 women on here, on set now, and 2 men. So to the women, how many of you can't wait to cook for your husband with this? What's that sarcastic laughter for? What are you doing? First, what are you doing?
I actually can't wait.
Oh, you can't wait.
Yes.
You look forward to it.
Yeah.
Okay, give us a little. Are you of the opinion that it is your duty to?
Sure, it is. It is every woman's duty to cook for her husband. You get?
Okay. Okay.
But that's not the truth.
Okay.
It's every woman's duty to cook for her husband, and that's why, like I said earlier on, what Mommy ZEE did is not a new thing to me. It's just grace that found her, like favor of God.
Okay.
Nothing.
All right.
For me, but Nigerians are nice, Sha. They can be
Very
nice
nice
when they want to
people.
be nice because
Very
they
nice.
legit pay her for doing what she should be doing.
Yeah.
I think, except you and your husband agreed otherwise, it is your responsibility
Definitely.
it's your responsibility in that capacity.
Okay. Okay, let me, Pet, I want to look for your trouble. Because we've spoken, behind
Yeah,
the
I'm trying
camera.
to stay away from trouble.
You
You are trying to look for my
don't
trouble.
worry, calm down, you are safe. I won't make
Okay.
it too intense. What's the earliest you can wake up to cook for your man? I'm putting you on the spot right now. What's the earliest you can wake up to cook for your man?
Who says I'm cooking for my man? That's the first. That's what you should be asking.
What does
Who says
that
I'm
mean?
cooking for my
What
man?
does that mean?
Who says I have to cook for my man?
She just said so.
She said for herself.
Oh, she's speaking for herself.
Yes.
You have the opinion that, no problem. We will come back to you. Barrister, sir, this whole matter, introductorily, what can you say to it?
It wouldn't have made any news except for the fact that society has taken a different tune, a different dimension. In the days of our mothers, and in the early days, in the days of yore, when gender roles were quite aptly defined because the men were generally the ones who worked then. 9 to 5 was practically for the men. Few women did that too in the past. But these days, you discover that more women have joined the 9 to 5 race. Okay, so right now, there's a socio-anthropological dimension to this discourse, which I want to explore. In the 80s, 70s, it wouldn't have made any news any different. That you cook for your husband is a natural propensity.
Like you said,
By that era. Okay, but right now, as much as it's still binding, it's still a moral conjunction or injunction that the woman should so do, given that that particular role is very important. Not like the man cannot play the same role. But in this case, there's a circumstance, there's an issue here. In her case, a woman in the man's office.
Yes, sir.
The man who we're told is a teacher.
Yes.
Okay, a woman had brought spoon.
Extra spoon.
Yeah, extra spoon. And what that means is that the man was going to be sharing some affinity with her by dining. And then the woman at home who felt that may be a security risk situation now decided in her own understanding that she will have to wake up by 4:50 a.m. to cook for the husband in order to avert perhaps the impending that may be the crack through which the lizard may get into the home.
That's the
According to her. So now she did that and brought it out to the fore. We are talking about it today. But I think the underlying effect of this whole thing is that we are shaping culture in a different way. Like I said before, society have moved away from men only engage in corporate activities. Women are also engaged. I'm sure that if that woman was working in the bank, or if she had a job that maybe she got home maybe past 11 p.m. the day before, would she have the strength to do that by 4:10?
Let's not even forget that she was pregnant.
Yes. But what she did was not bad. But I think her circumstances also allowed her
To be able to.
From the story,
Yes.
there was nowhere in the story where we're told that she works.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, now, the feminists didn't find her activity awesome.
They didn't embrace it.
Yes, I had read somewhere where someone had written that the woman took advantage of patriarchy. That because patriarchy is hydra-headed in our society, and that because our society is highly patriarchal, she injected that that narrative in order for her to look for the reaction and gauge society to find
that's called being a pickle.
Yes.
But then when feminists talk, they should note that in this scenario, the husband did not force her to do what she did.
Listen, let me establish something. You are saying D. Does that mean you are not one yourself?
No, it depends on what extent, to what extent.
Okay, you are.
So if you're saying that, why did she did it for the wrong purpose, or whatever point you're trying to make, note that her husband did not threaten her. Her husband did not force her.
She didn't really.
Sick
not
that she
really.
couldn't
Circumstances instigated her.
Okay.
Yes, she said that extra spoon.
Yes,
She considered it a threat, then she thought, okay.
it was just wisdom, really.
Wisdom.
Just be wise. Because like what you said earlier, you said something about how if it was in the olden days, we would not have counted it as anything for a woman to wake up that early to cook for her husband. She was just, there are many problems that couples have to deal with in our generation that would have been avoided if only we stuck to the rules.
Yes.
If we don't try to be too wise, I feel like the advancement exactly questioning the status quo. There are so many problems that would have been avoided. The innocent woman was just being wise. It's not about
One of the things that made this whole discourse blow up was because initially when she came to say what she said, I'm sure nobody thought anything of it. But we saw comments of some self-acclaimed feminists, and how they came and said you are insecure, you are not serious. Some went as far as attacking a person verbally. They were coming for her. That's how some men now said, okay, you know what, drop your account number, let's do something for you. Before we knew this person.
But you know this whole thing is actually good for the society.
Good in what sense, sir?
Yes, what she did and the reactions of people, those donating, is good for the society. Because the society was at the drift of people who do the right thing, who are morally upright and forthright, are seen as mumu and mugu.
Yes.
And those who will cut corner, who will not adhere to,
learn from.
Yes, so they will always be seen like people who are not intelligent enough, or they are not smart enough, or they are a lot of people. I mean, those who vilified her are people who feel that or who felt she was beneath them, and that they have a superior ideology of what should happen in the case under reference. Now, those who decided to donate, they are donating to goodwill, that somebody is doing something that is worth emulating, and then people should emulate it. So what she has gotten so far is a proof, the fact that what is right, irrespective of where the world finds itself.
Okay.
I'm afraid I don't agree with you.
You don't have to.
To an extent, our values have plummeted, and if they can keep it on, if Nigerians can keep this on, I mean, rewarding people
values that
kept our society together.
Yes, one of the arguments is people actually give her this thing out of spite to feminists.
Exactly. Not because
she deserves it.
That's what I'm saying. But you see, if you look at it, no one can appropriately judge that her action was wrong. Even though people hate it.
Action is not wrong. That action is wrong to her own self, because why are you trying to protect your husband from cheating on you?
Is that a bad thing?
Yes, it is. It's very bad.
Let's forget the fact that she actually said the reason why she did it was because somebody wanted to offer her husband extra spoon in the office. Do you get? Normally, before now, let's assume those days when there was nothing like fridge.
Okay.
You understand? All of that.
Okay.
You wake up early in the morning, aside you cooking for your husband, your children will go to school now. You wake up, you cook for your children. For
There
them
was
to
a
eat and
reason.
go to
There
school.
was a reason she did
Forget
what she
about the reason. The
The reason is that she felt that someone would take her husband.
Yes.
You shouldn't be trying to protect your husband from
Being
cheating.
taken.
Exactly. It's not your responsibility. It's not your responsibility to think that if the husband loves the
Let me let you know.
he should not even give room.
But in this case, she saw it as a threat, not like it was a threat to the
Why
man.
is she being threatened?
Well, she is threatened because of the
Because she's
society.
insecure.
Of course, it's insecurity now. We are not say. I will not. The fact that she did what she did, I commend her for what she did because it is actually a role somebody must play in the house. It could have been the man too, if the woman was the one working. Do you understand?
Okay.
It's a role, it's a role that everybody can play.
Okay.
But
Okay.
in this case, that extra spoon. Now we are restricting it to cheating. How about other things like being poisoned? How about other things like being witchcraft? How about other things like because we can open the vista.
Actually,
You see, what you call insecurity, what you call insecurity
Okay.
is quite apt. Okay,
That's the
but insecurity is not tied strictly to cheating because that's what you singled out just one issue. You understand? So we are not in her mind.
Okay.
We have known the particular issue she must have envisaged and have tagged insecurity.
So we don't know whatever the insecurity is. A two-fold question to everybody that wants to answer. As human beings that we are, can you entirely live through life without being insecure about particular things? And does love not come with insecurity
It does.
to a certain degree?
It does. Even God is a jealous one. Yes.
Yeah.
He said you should not bow before any other God.
You
You understand? Even the love that Jesus came to give was the love for the remission of sin, but it was selfless and selfish. You don't need to, you don't agree. Nigerian Christian will not be able to understand this one. Yes, because it says because you see, you give your life, okay? You give your life. There is therefore now no condemnation to them that are in. Those are out. They have nothing. You understand? So it's an exchange of value. So that decision, your decision to give in, is locked in that value. So you cannot say that her insecurity in quote was a bad thing or a wrong thing that she couldn't have. She would have. She's not her.
But would you say that love now is one-sided? Because
Does it not like somebody would have come home to tell the wife that this is what happened in the office?
why did he do
I felt his love.
Why did he accept the gift?
Love me.
That gift.
It was not clear if he accepted
The story did not say that. Let's not read into what is not there.
Exactly.
Information we have available to us. Extra spoon. And that extra spoon is the metaphor that have sparked this whole controversy.
Exactly.
And because the sociological bent of our society, okay, is also playing a role because not lately there are some women who came up with the idea that this thing about being a housewife and this thing about being relegated to the background, this thing about playing second fiddle, it shouldn't be our thing in this generation, that men and women are equal, that in the real sense of it, even a woman can decide not to be married, which is fine, and that the men should mind their business. They should not interfere with women. They should not tell women what to do, what to wear, where to go, where not to go. That conversation is so loud at this point in time. And that is why if anybody comes to throw any voice into like this woman now, not through the moral, the ancient and regular,
Exactly.
into that loud
Conventional.
so the moment she said 4 a.m. 4 so people and say, see, what are you? Who are you? Why should you? Why? You see, it's valid because the voice of dissent against men's domination have risen. So it has gotten to its crescendo that people are looking for a way to, you see, because this thing we call feminism, we see it as a solution to the problem of inequalities. But let me tell you what it is. You see, if feminism gain traction really and gain dominance, it's a bigger threat to patriarchy.
Yeah.
It's a bigger
We said it is a bigger threat to the patriarchy.
Yes,
they will tell you that the patriarchy serves men more than it serves women.
Of course. Let me tell you. You see, from social circle, we believe that patriarchy is superior to matriarchy, but matriarchy is actually the danger of society. Let me tell you how matriarchy goes. I have taken a lot of research on human society, and that the moment you see a man, the moment a man weds a woman, that man have been captured into. You see, because during the wedding ceremony and the whole thing, you notice it's the woman that dances better. She's the one that invites more guests. The event they will tell you that is her own. Registry. At the registry, when you sign the certificate, they give it to the woman. Wow. Yes, they'll tell her it's your property. Wow. The man has no input whatsoever. Wow. She takes it and it's the woman's own. So, but if you look at, there's an article written by a sociologist, one sociologist and one anthropologist. They're talking about the empire, the matriarchal empire. That empire subtly is built to dethrone men. Because, you see, men can be masculine, they can be loud, they are the weaker vessel actually. I'm just telling you, they are weaker. You know why they are weaker? A man can play around his affairs, okay, being completely manipulated by a woman. It's major decisions. There are exceptions, so few men are exceptions. But major decisions, you will notice that the input of a woman.
That is very true.
Which most time help the man to balance thought.
Exactly.
But at the end of the day, it leaves him with decisions that will empower matriarchy. Have you seen a 75-year-old man recently in a middle class society? The wife is never around. She's in America this year. She's in UK or nobody. She's in Germany. The man's children. You understand? Now, you see, when you talk about sending money on collections from children, is the wife they will give the man.
Yeah.
So she will decide whether the man gets. So the man at 75 is lonely.
There was a recent video of an Islamic cleric. He was giving a teaching, of course. Then he was talking about something like this. And he threw it open. Obviously, the place was teeming with women. He threw it open that when it comes to going abroad, all those goody things that children do for parents, who should come first? They were so emphatic about talking about the woman. He then said when it comes to dying, who should go first? They said the men.
If you want your mother to be the one to receive gifts, it kind of tells you that they love the mother more.
But I'm telling you.
Women, see, whichever way you look at it, whether in the family or outside the family or social circle, women receive more. The reason is that they too sacrifice a lot.
Okay.
We call the earth Mother Earth. Okay, when we begin to destroy the ozone layers and everything, you see, because the woman is a caregiver. She's the bringer of life. In ancient Rome, they called the woman the bringer of rain. And rain means fertility. Yeah. Okay, so she's so many things in one, locked in one. Okay, she's so many things locked in one. So the advantages that society offers her is so enormous that sometimes I feel those who talk about feminism, those who project feminism, do not really know the power of a woman. If you know the power of a woman, you don't need feminism to project it, because you have too much power to ask for more.
Too much. So I keep asking, what is your definition of feminism?
Yeah, feminism is broad. Feminism. There are people who have attribute feminism to mean that it is equal rights of humans. There are those who said that feminism is a woman's ability to make her choices and live by her truth without interference, okay, of any whatsoever. So it's broad. It's not the most vulnerable of them are the ones who do not even understand what the word feminism is. They think it's about shaking your head and say no.
And then follow toxic influencers.
Something like that.
Understand
So it's broad, it's quite broad.
They don't, because actually what women should be fighting for is equity, not equality. And what I mean is that fine, equity entails fairness. But when you talk about equality, you're saying you want sameness.
To be equal
and
with
the fact is, I know what they're trying to, I understand what we're vying for. I mean, an average educated woman goes to the office just like her husband does, but then she still has to be the one to cook. She has to be the one to bathe the children, to take care of the house and everything. She has a lot on her hands as well. But then the same husband, at times she even wake up earlier than the man. She has to do everything for living for work, and then they come back from work at the same time.
Okay.
And the man still feels that's the point. But at the same time, what we should be fighting for is how do we balance things?
Yes.
How are you going to be fair to me?
Yeah.
I mean,
Because as a lady, you can't have a balance.
Again, you can't. If you get married to a rich man, why can't he provide a maid?
it means to do
What if you
what?
look about a rich man?
Even see, wait. This is my.
You should be able to.
You get it.
It's dangerous. Actually,
Doesn't have to be she or he doesn't have to be a living maid.
whichever ways.
Shouldn't be a living maid.
Yes. Like, it has to be coming from the house.
If the person is of fidelity, if she comes even 2 hours per day, the man will do what the man will do.
So in other words, you're saying that men cannot be trusted.
But that men can be trusted. I've never been men. I doubt whether men even argue whether they should be trusted or not. I think it's perpetually so that men, whether or not they are trusted, what difference will it make, really? This issue about trust is personal. People decide how they want to live. Sometimes people profess polygamy when what they meant actually is people profess monogamy when actually what they meant is polygamy. Now people do what we call discrete polygamy, where they show discrete polygamy, where they show the world that they are monogamous and they maintain one wife. But it is at their demise that you will now. Let me give you an example. There's a case I did in 2017. The man died, and when he died, he had just one wife. So many properties all over the city, and when we went for the first meeting before the probate section, we were now told that there's a woman that came with twins. I said the twins belong to the man. We thought it was a joke. And we're trying to, find out what is this and that and that. Another woman came with twins again. Yes. 2 last 2, I told you the case, the file is in my office.
Wow.
Another woman came with twins. And before you know it, that one came with an Islamic law certificate. It's Islamic marriage certificate. Came with that one and presented it. The other one, when we dig deeper into the case, she now brought pictures of a traditional introduction that they did, and wine carrying.
And those things are binding.
They are binding. So we're trying to determine the correctness or otherwise of our client's marriage with this man, and these other things came out. And they now, before you know it, the whole thing got messed up. We went to court. We couldn't settle out of court. We went back to court. Till today, we are still dragging.
27.
What you're saying is a testament to the fact that men cannot be trusted, right? So if men cannot be trusted, then why would he give himself back to what we were discussing between Mom Z and Dad Z? So why would he give himself that room to cheat?
In this case, Dad Z can be totally trusted.
No, there's no cheating in this scenario. The scenario we have now.
There's no cheating.
There is a
Because he came home.
So we are really told
He came home and told her.
Yeah, extra spoon.
He could have kept it to himself.
It doesn't matter.
correctly, Petrina, she said brings. It was in continuous tense. That means it was. And you have to be careful when the woman brings the food. What
People are not relating trust to this matter, this particular scenario. If he had ulterior motives, he will keep it from Monzi.
It's not
She
true.
will never know.
True.
What makes you think he's coming home to tell the wife that?
If trust happens to mention
that
this
he
issue,
doesn't
I think the man is trustworthy.
Exactly.
Because it's a case of what happened to a man outside that he came to tell the wife, and this is a situation. Okay, so the way the woman interpreted it, what she did thereafter, we don't know how she interpreted it. We can't just stick to the fact that it was insecurity. And even if it's insecurity, we don't know what the details are. You understand what could have, but I know that women, as much they go a long way to protect their homes. They are, some of them even will do unthinkable things in the name of protecting their homes. Some of them go to native doctors to tell you that they are protecting their territory.
Yes.
You understand? So these things, people will approach life based on their level of understanding, intellection, and so if we sit down here to want to say because I'm a feminist, I have to define to the woman the appropriate way to respond to whatever the husband have told her, we'll be getting it wrong. Who knows what's her level of education? We don't know. What is her level of exposure? We don't know. Her engagement, we don't know. Her background, we don't know. Her upbringing, we don't know.
So the person.
So the action she took, for me, I think is the best way she feel she could address it. It could be valid from your point of view. It could be invalid from the other person's point of view.
Okay.
But the most important thing is that let's draw the line and say, is it a rule in the home that somebody must cook for the house?
Okay.
Does the family need food? Yes. How would they get this food? Will somebody cook? Yes. Who should be that person who cooks?
We understand questions. That question. Let's hold on to that question. Whose role is it to cook in the house? So we'll go on a short break. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. We are still discussing the Mom ZEE and that ZEE issue. Stay tuned.
Welcome back. This is still Let's Talk About Tomorrow, and we are talking about the Mom ZEE and that ZEE issue that has been trending. So we just want to know what your final thought is on this topic. Listen.
Okay, why start with me?
Yeah, let's hear.
Okay, so finally, for me, I would say that as a woman, as a feminist, whatever you're fighting for, consider the future. Look at the end, even from the very beginning. Will you be able to handle the repercussion of what you're doing? If at the end of the day, they grant you access to everything you want to have access to, they give consent to everything that you want to be consented to, will you be able to handle what comes after it? Will you be able to, are you willing to, take up the same equal responsibility as a man? Are you willing to function in the same capacity as the head of the family? Or do you want to have two heads in the family? Yeah, basically.
Okay, all right. Esther.
Okay. Concerning Mommy ZEE and Daddy ZEE, to me, I think whatever that happened between them, yes, it's not a new thing. It's something that people have been doing, and I have an instance where my friend, she's a mother of 4, as at then when we're in school, she have to wake up very early because sometimes she'll have lectures, let's say by 7, and those children will go to school, they'll still have to eat. So Mommy ZEE waking up, let's say 4:50 or so, is not a new thing to me. I've seen it. I've seen so many women doing it.
Okay.
You understand? So, and I think issue of whether men are supposed to cook or not, it all depends on how they understand each other.
Okay, the understanding will
themselves.
Okay.
So if Daddy ZEE can as well help the wife, by all means, there's no any issue.
There's no issue
doing that.
I think I second that as well.
Yes.
There should be a space
So everything has to do with understanding. At the long run. So
Barrister.
Yeah, let me even say that even in this office, do you know I used to cook and bring it for workers to eat? You don't know.
I didn't know that, sir.
You know, ask Chris and the cohorts.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
Saturdays, I cook myself. I will cook. I will bring it here. These people will eat it with straight face.
Straight face.
You understand? So that's not going to. That's what I'm going to see. Yeah, I want to put my story online. Let them give me money. I'll be cooking and bring it for people to. You understand? So I think that social media is shaping culture. It's shaping the way we go about things. What she has done so far, for me, is neither here nor there. Yes, it's neither right nor wrong, but I know that she did not expect that this thing will go this viral.
Obviously.
And that people who want to vilify those who have taken positions before now, that know if anybody that is hungry should go and
cook for themselves.
You understand? So those brands, they jumped on it. Some are using it to make money. It's trending
For clout.
Many of the brands are not giving because what she did, but because of visibility.
Yes. Yes.
Once there is crowd,
Where the attention is.
once there is crowd, you better take your placard, whatever you are selling, write it down, go and put it there. Say, I am here.
People engage.
So that's what most brands are doing in the case of, so that we don't get it mixed up, thinking that all these brands, they want to actually reform society. That there's a new movement, that the brands are profit driven. So they went for the profit side of the juice, the profit side of the story, to put up their banners there to sell. That's exactly what they are doing. So, but her action, fine. Those who feel it's not the right thing to do, they're entitled to their opinion. But what I think is that we cannot sit down here and define how people must live.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Even the feminist is right by saying, I will not cook. You are right. It's okay. It's your opinion. I cannot define for you what you will do in your home. Then the woman who woke up 4 a.m.
I know you agree with that.
The woman who woke up 4 a.m. is also right. That's what these are here and there.
She's right.
You cannot also sit here and then define to her what is right or wrong in her own. So whatever works for you, okay, you do, as long as you're not committing crime. That's the one I'm against.
Okay.
As long as it's not an offense against humanity, it's valid. And that is why I rest my case.
All right. Okay, for me to wrap it up, I witnessed the thing, like I said before, in real time. So David's personal opinion would be that I don't think it's a bad thing. For everybody, like who said it, that there are peculiarities to situations. Everybody has to know what works for them and understanding. For me now, I'm from a family that has 3 boys. My mom is a full-fledged Yoruba woman. She has the whole what that simply means is I can't have 3 grown boys just because we are boys now, unless I'll be cooking for you. I cook very well. My friends are of the opinion that I might add a little something too much, but they still enjoy what I do. I am comfortable in the kitchen. My dad too, I saw him do it a lot. So it is not too much of a big issue for most of us, I can speak. So what I'm saying is the fact that vilifying her was unnecessary. She did what she thought was necessary to keep and guard our home. It's popular now. People always want to take people's homes from them. So for me, Momzi was in the right to do what she did.
I maintain that I don't believe in trying to, like I said, protect your husband from cheating. If he is going to cheat, he will cheat regardless of what you do. So that's how I wrap.
Okay. Oh well, that's how it's been on the show today. Some say women don't really fight for the responsibility that goes with the rights that they ask for, and that may be the great unanswered question in the feminist cause. We have come to the end of the show after such a heated conversation. Thanks to Esther, Blessing, and of course, Barrister Evans. We appreciate your presence. Thank you for coming. Also, thank you, viewers, for watching. I know you have a lot to say on the topic. We know. Do you support Momzi's action or not? let us know in the comment section. We'll be waiting for your comment. Also, like our videos on YouTube at Enterprise TV 7. Subscribe to our channel as well. Don't forget to subscribe and click the notification button. Follow us on all social media at Enterprise TV 7. We'll see you next week. It's bye for now.
Enterprise TV, a tradition of truth.